Me and boy moms, we've been known to not get along so well. I mean, this town ain't big enough for the both of us, so I've come here to wrangle up some cattle. No, that's mean, because if anything, I'm the cow. Yeah! Oh, Tabitha is supposed to be in here? Hold on. Drama Queen's merch has been selling out like hotcakes. Not that many of the graphic tees left, I hear. Is that right, Drama Queen? Oh my God, Tabitha, that's a little too close, don't you think? Head over to dramakweensubmissions.com. Okay, can I stop doing this f***ing accent now? I hate that!
He is not to put his wife or his children above me.
I am done with boy mums. I tried to retire this series over Christmas last year, but it seems that I can't, because even though I have had it up to here with these boy mums, it seems that they're the gift that just keeps on giving. From drooling over their very own sons to emotionally attaching themselves to their own children in a way in which you would do with a romantic partner. Y'all have persisted in submitting these disgusting TikToks that do not go unnoticed by me, the drama queen. We cannot ignore this, not for a second longer. Pav, the son and girlfriend are sitting a little too close. Oh my God, what the f***? Ma'am, I'm gonna have to get you to stand up and leave your poor son and his poor girlfriend alone. They weren't even doing anything inappropriately out of the ordinary. I mean, if you consider that her foot being on his leg close, then I guess get the dogs off your little precious boy. But wait on. Hold up. Anyone else notice that she's wearing the exact same pants as her teenage son? Now we're trying to dress like little Jamesy boy to court him? Nah, that's too far. That's too far, Caitlin. He looks totally fed up with her shit too. Like, oh my God, Mom, can you go a second without trying to act out your fantasies of wanting to date me? I'm your son. I couldn't imagine having to put up with my parents treating my innocent hangout sesh with my boyfriend almost like I'm cheating on them somehow by being with a boyfriend instead of them. And hey, let me tell ya, she should be damn well glad that they're sat on the couch out in the open space, so they must feel comfortable enough at least to sit in the lounge room. I don't know if it's just me, but who has ever felt comfortable in their own lounge room? Like, I don't know, for some reason I just feel like I'm constantly on guard or like I'm gonna be in trouble for something. She should be glad that they're sat on the couch scrolling on TikTok together and not in the bedroom with the door shut where very, very naughty things can happen. Which, the bedroom thing, I mean, it's not necessarily an issue if it's all safe and whatnot, but this boy mum is acting like they're on the couch schnozzling each other. The fantasies in this boy mum's head are going wild. The way this mum is acting over a quite innocent chill out sesh is weird as fuck. I know with my boy mum videos, and a lot of them here on YouTube, people immediately go for the mums, which I get it, I understand, but I don't think enough people talk about the long-lasting impact that this has on these boys as they're growing up. Not only just the sons, but anybody that those sons choose to try to develop a relationship with. If you have a mother or a father or a parent like this, it makes it extremely hard to exist in a world without them. Seeing that this boy is a teenager, it is a good sign that his body language in this video is showing us, I really don't want this, please, can you just stop, give it up? Instead of being so far gone, the grooming has worked and the child becomes desensitized, accepting of the behavior. And that's not me saying that this mum has groomed her son. I have no idea what their life looks like. Let's circle back to how extremely damaging it is when parents do this kind of shit, as it harms children in learning how to develop relationships, whether it be platonic or romantic, whilst you have a barrier there that kind of is just there to actively harm that, as we're seeing in that video. Now, again, you could say that, oh my god, Caitlin, this is a little bit too big-brained for you. Well, I would like to point you towards the very much so negative reaction that this teenage boy gave his mum when his mum decided to touch him like that. What we doing? What are we doing, love? It seems that this happens on a regular basis, which isn't good. Both him and his girlfriend were appropriately sitting on the couch, and that got disturbed by a mother who seems to be a little bit too in love with her son. You're being weird, ma'am. Leave these kids alone. Crying because I'm going to be the mum to the groom side, and that means I won't be in the delivery room either. My initial thoughts when I came across this video was that I was a little bit torn, because I'm like, if by a shooting star's chance that I ever change my mind on having children, I do not want anybody in the delivery room besides the person who put the kid inside me. That may sound a little bit brash, but I'm sorry, like, I don't really want my vagina to be on display for my parents, for my loved ones. I really don't want that, and I get it. So many people, you know, they have the opposite opinion, and they're like, well, our parents created us. They made us. Yeah, they may have made us, but that does not mean that I'm comfortable being a spectacle, having my underbits be a spectacle for other people. I'm just not. Regardless, I don't care who you are. It's absolutely nothing on my parents. I love my parents. It's not that I'm a prude. I just, for some reason, the mere thought of that just makes me super uncomfortable. I am very understanding of the fact that there are people out there who don't give a damn hoot about their families seeing them in one of the most vulnerable states that they could be in their lives, whilst they're pushing out a 10-pounder. Me, I'm a bit different. With all of that out of the way, it is not ever guaranteed, regardless if you are the mother of the mother who is having the baby, and whether or not you are going to have a spot reserved in the delivery room. Many hospitals actually have a protocol where they will ask family members to step outside of the delivery room, wait in the waiting room until the mother has given birth to their beautiful baby. A lot of people seem to get offended by that. I really don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's a I'm too woke situation where it's like, I don't know why you would ever really want to be there bearing witness to somebody in one of their most vulnerable moments. Like, that's something that's just not for me. I just think that it's extremely selfish to be this distraught over something that has, yes, maybe something to do with you, because that is your son's baby, but also it's just not about you, love. It really isn't. You are not entitled to witness a really traumatic experience of a person all because you want to see the baby. Even before the mum does. Do you guys know how many horror stories there are out there where there are mother-in-laws, there are father-in-laws who are in the delivery room and they get to hold the baby first? Bro, that's not your baby to hold first, bruh. Okay, you could say that, you know, Drama Queen is being a little bit mean right now, but I don't really think I am. I don't think I am. I don't think that you being the parents of the person who put the baby inside of the woman to then carry for 9 months, give birth to, not even hold her own baby first. Are you kidding me? Like, what do you think this is? An automatic given right because that's your son's baby? Nah, this isn't some fucking Lakers game that you're going to be present for, cheering on. It's a woman at her most exposed, at her most vulnerable, and you're crying because there's a possibility that you're not going to be in the delivery room. I just don't understand why we can't go into the hospital room once it's all said and done, once the mother has given birth. I get it. A lot of people out there are probably watching this and are like, but Drama Queen, you don't understand. Childbirth is one of the most beautiful things you'll see in your lifetime. No, I don't think so. Hence why I'm not having my own car. It really is that simple, but these boy mums don't make it that way. It always has to be about them, and it just isn't. Realizing I'm a boy mom and one day some little twat is gonna break his heart and I'm gonna have to fight a teenage girl. Oh, you have to fight this teenage girl? Or you want to fight her for having to listen to your son blast Juice WRLD on repeat for 24 hours a day because apparently it's her fault. It's a teenage girl's fault. Because just maybe in your hypothetical little fantasy about your son's heart being broken, somehow it would be all of her fault. You're talking about a teenage relationship. I'm not dissing anyone who is a teenager who happens to be a fan of mine. Being somebody who was a teenager, those relationships most of the time aren't that fucking serious. They just aren't. As someone who is going to be 24 this weekend, I don't know if I'm going to upload the video before my birthday or on my birthday or the next day. And when I think back to being a teenager, all I can think is how cringe it was. Yeah, because have we ever thought that maybe your son might be the problem in your hypothetical little fantasy, ma'am? I hate that a big portion of these boy mums we see on TikTok for some reason fantasize about violence against not only a minor, but a minor whose relationship didn't work out with their minor because they're teenagers, bro! This is the very first time that they're teenagers and they're going out into the world, they're discovering people for the very first time, and sometimes that ends in heartbreak. It isn't that fucking serious unless, on the off chance, this person, I don't know, fucking shanks their dog. In that case, maybe we can talk about some, scraps or whatever. But it's funny because teenage relationships end over something as small as following Sabrina Carpenter on Instagram. Maybe, ma'am, tell your annoying little bitch boy son to stop following random women on Instagram. Yeah. Just jokes. It is honestly really concerning what these boys grow into that do have a toxic boy mum. And he will never be the same again. Men love so freely and so easily until they are heartbroken. Then it takes a really special woman to fix him. He will go and hurt other women. Why are we hurting other women? Because of your baggage? Oh my fuck. Because he is scared of getting hurt and he will distance himself from good situations so he doesn't get too invested. Therapy, mate! How is it that this man is so utterly self-aware of his actions, yet still perpetuates them because he hates his ex? So it's this woman's fault that you're now hurting all of these women. No, that's all on you, mate. That's all on you. Why do we need to break people down because of what happened to us? Also, major ick with special woman to fix him. Women aren't your therapists. Unless your therapist happens to be a woman, these random women that you're meeting on Tinder or at the bar are not responsible for how you feel towards your ex. That is why I say that what this boy mum has said in this TikTok a lot of the time results in raising men like this because it always has to be the woman's problem. He can't self-reflect and see where he might have went wrong as well because it does take two to tango. A relationship is a two-way street. It fails because of two people. I don't know what people are going to say, but what about abuse? I'm not talking about that, so let's just not start anything with me, all right? But all that to say is getting your heart broken, even as a teenager, especially as a teenager, is rather normal. Carrying that into adulthood and not dealing with it is not normal. And making it everybody else's problem especially isn't either. You wouldn't believe just how many boy mums hold the same sentiment and even going as far as to putting their own children's faces in these TikToks, attaching such a violent message. Your first thought thinking about your child's heart getting broken by some idiot shouldn't be that you want to, pull out the fisticuffs on them. Just now realizing that a girl is gonna break his heart one day and I'm gonna have to fight a teenager. Is anyone else just a bit like weirded out by that? No, you guys actually don't have to get violent with teenage girls over business that you should probably keep your nose out of. That is up to your son to experience. It is up to you to help him navigate him through that experience. And I would suggest putting these fantasies, these mentalities in the fucking trash if you want to keep a good relationship with not only your child, but not raise him to be such a twat like you. Because it's giving whenever those really fucking creepy dads are like, I'm gonna in your head if you do anything to my daughter. And it's like, it's just two 13-year-olds going to the fucking movie. What are we doing? And like I said before, it takes two to tango. In this case, being in a relationship with someone would mean that your son is also doing something wrong too, not just the girl. So for these boy mums' fantasies to always involve the girlfriend breaking her son's heart is presumptuous to already decide the gender of who your child is going to date in the future. I've always found that to be really creepy with these boy mums, but also really worrying in that it's almost like they're trying to manifest a situation where they hurt a girl who's trying to take the spot of mummy's place in her son's life, which always leaves me confuzzled because you're a parent. Are you not? So in the instance that your son's heart gets broken, they're two 14-year-olds who are just figuring out stuff for the very first time, and maybe he's liked some photos on Instagram that she isn't really fond of. Maybe she has, left a heart eyes comment under her friend's post, and it's brought on the blasting of Juice WRLD sessions for hours on end. Why don't you take him to get his favorite food and remind him how great he is and how many great people there still are yet to meet? This isn't the end. Most people aren't staying with the person that they met in high school. It's a completely different generation that we live in now. But high school relationships aren't a be-all and end-all, and it's really important to uplift these children and remind them not only how funny and great of a person they are and how they're gonna have no issue in the future finding somebody who's also great and funny like them, but to not immediately resort to hurting somebody physically because things didn't go their way. You are perpetuating that violence. You are raising your son to be that exact same way because he's gonna see that mum does it, and then in the future when you're not there, he's gonna take matters into his own hands. That is why this is really toxic. That is why holding these sentiments are extremely dangerous. It's exactly why boy mums are never beating the weird allegations, because time and time again they prove to be that way. Leave these kids alone, dude. When my son starts looking like his dad too much, people really had the wrong idea about this video because, when I first saw this, there were only screenshots being posted of this video, so I had to do an entire search to get the original. And I was like, okay, we've really taken this out of context here. This is gonna get the drama queen stamp of not a boy mum. I will admit, she almost got me there. It's really sad to me what these toxic boy mums have created an image for other boy mums or mums who happen to just have boys and they don't identify with this boy mum bullshit. Because when we see a mother biting her lip, we shouldn't automatically think there is something wrong. There's something incestuous about this. She's grooming her son. She's a toxic boy mum. And people, for some fucking reason, either aren't watching the entire video or have no media literacy at all. She literally goes up and tries to hit her son's neck. Now, please don't hit your kids. Don't do that. But I think that this mum is just probably mad because maybe she's divorced and she sees that her son is looking a lot like his father. This really makes me mad because I don't like your dad, which is also not good because of obvious reasons. You don't want to alienate your kids from the parents. Is if your only reason for not liking the father is because the relationship didn't work out, that is really not fair to perpetuate onto these children. That was a lot to get through in today's video. Let me know your thoughts on this entire topic down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for coming out to Yappersville today, everybody. I cannot wait to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.